Hey, if you were gonna be in a witness protection program,
Okay.
and you could pick your name and backstory,
Oh.
what would your name and backstory be?
Ooh, that's a good one. Well, you have to give me. You got to give me a beat.
I gotta think through my whole thing. I'm like,
I don't know, man. Like starting a whole new identity. Well, okay, so why am I in witness protection?
You tell me.
Oh, okay.
You narked on somebody.
Ooh, man, I'm about to get stitches.
Yeah.
Man.
So you narked on the most dangerous criminal in Ohio. You've been relocated to, let's say, the mountains in North Carolina.
Mountains of North Carolina.
You get to pick your name,
Okay.
and you get to pick your backstory, like job, all that kind of stuff. Like who are you, and what brought you to the mountains in North Carolina?
So if I'm going to North Carolina, like
Dingle McCringleberry.
Mouse, artist formerly known as Mouse Cop.
Elijah Tron.
Let's see. So if we're going like Appalachian region, because that's Smoky Mountains, home country, down like around Asheville. Billy Bob Joe John. And Pat.
4 first names.
That's my last name.
Jeez Louise.
It's Mister. But spelled out, Mister. Mr. Billy Bob Joe John.
Your first name is Mister?
Yeah.
I love it.
Dr. Billy Bob Joe John was my father.
Dr. Mister. Billy
Junior.
Bob Joe Jones.
Junior.
That's hilarious.
Pappy was a moonshiner.
Okay. Yeah.
So we're our land.
So you're trying to make up a regional backstory.
Oh, for sure.
For the mountains?
Yeah. Why not?
I mean, it just seems like that makes it way easier for you to get called out on it, because somebody's going to be like, well, I ain't never seen you before, and I didn't know you're Pappy.
That's true. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But see, like,
you got to make up a story of like where you're from, like a different place, and because you're being relocated to the mountains of North Carolina.
Well, we were from Tennessee, so we just jumped the border.
That's fair. I guess you could do that. We were in Tennessee, decided to come to North Carolina.
Yeah, heard the stills were better here. Heard coverage was a little bit more gooder.
That is a moonshiner, and I'm the runner.
Yeah. But I run. I don't drive a car. I run. Call me Feet.
Mr. Billy Bob Joe John,
a.k.a. Feet Junior.
The third.
But I don't know. Like that's hard because like everybody would know everybody if you're in that region. I
almost feel like I'd want to double down on like picking like a celebrity name. I'm Mark Wahlberg.
No, not that Mark Wahlberg. The
no,
famous one.
I'm the other one.
I'm the famous one.
Yeah. just something that like, and spell it different.
Just like 1 or 2 letters off.
Yeah, it's 1 or 2 letters off, and
like WALL.
Yeah, exactly.
BURG.
Yeah.
Like phonetically spell it.
Yeah. Wahlburger. That my middle name is Wall.
Last name's Burger.
Yeah. First full name is actually Markiplier.
Mark Fishbach? Is that you?
Yeah.
So what would your backstory be?
Oh, that's the toughest part of that. Is coming up with like a good backstory. Is like the problem with it is coming up with like what you did it for a living and some of that kind of stuff. Coming up with something that's believable for you. You know what I'm saying? Like that people are gonna look at you and go, yeah, I could see that. Like, because what am I gonna say? I was a logger. Yeah.
Just wear cut off flannels the whole time.
I was a short order cook.
Okay.
In a small dive place just outside of Las Vegas.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm just
like it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard. Like
it's tough coming up with a backstory like that, just like off the cuff.
Yeah.
So how about this? Okay, because we'll put a pin in this.
Okay.
We'll come back to it later. So you have to just like a D&D character.
We have to like let AI write our backstory.
Yeah, that's what we'll do.
Yeah, we're gonna come back to this.
But you have to come up with the name.
Yes,
and then you tell it, my new name is this. I'm going into a witness protection program. I need you to give me a backstory complete with family history, job, all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
Complete backstory, and then we'll come together and we'll read them.
Yes.
That'll be fun. Let's put our things together. So.
Okay. Yeah. So give us some ideas of what your backstory would be, because that's hard. Like just coming up with that stuff off the cuff now.
It's tough, man.
Especially with AI. Like,
oh yeah.
Because for this backstory for Varen, my D&D character, like this was the one that I fully had like AI write my backstory, because I don't know, I'm not gonna say we got thrown into a campaign, but like we kind of,
it was pretty quick moving when we got into it. Yeah.
So everything was kind of established, and they're like, hey, we need 2 more players. So we're like, okay. So I kind of threw stuff together, and I've changed mine a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, some of my backstory, just because I wanted to add a little bit of flavor, and
right.
And I've talked about it before. Like, I've had a hard time getting into this character.
I already have most of mine together for that because of like
wanting
we thought
it
we
for
were doing
my
a different campaign and stuff like that. So I'd already put like most of mine together. I can't say like probably like my most lacking place in developing like any character, or like even like doing this is trying to come up with the backstory thing. Is like
make it make sense.
Yeah, like where did it come from? What's the direction I'm headed in?
Where did it come from?
So that's why like currently my guy is just like a soldier of fortune kind of dude, where he's just floating through life and seeing what good things happen.
But I mean, it does
him.
make sense for your character, so it's not like it's not completely out of place.
Nah, I think I did all right on developing.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot more I could have done with it, but
yeah.
So.
I mean, I think going into this campaign, yours was a lot more developed than mine was, which is a first, because I usually
and it's pretty crazy considering the small amount of work that I put into it. So.
Yeah, exactly. So
all right, we ready to fire this thing off?
Good morning, Josh.
Good morning, Josh.
Recognize me? No? Well, I'm Josh. I got suspended from school because of Josh.
You're going to be there with me in every way imaginable, Josh.
Josh is truly in a trance, yes.
I went to high school with Josh, and I can tell you right now, he's a terrific kisser.
Hi, I'm Josh.
Josh, these are people's jobs we're talking about, Josh.
You don't make up
Josh walking in the door wasn't even close.
Josh, you are a muffin-snuggling pirate puncher.
Josh, it's a good guy. We can talk to him.
Please welcome Joshua. Josh.
Would you rather have to wear a full body, bright orange, inflatable sumo suit everywhere you go for a year?
Yes.
Or only be able to communicate through interpretive dance for 6 months?
Oh, sumo suit.
Really?
Bright orange sumo suit. Yeah. Are you kidding me?
Oh, I
Do
mean,
you know me?
I'm 100% sumo suit.
Yeah. That's all day long. I would rock that regardless.
No stipulation.
There's no stipulation. I don't even need like a challenge or anything. Just say like, "Hey, dude, I got you a bright orange sumo suit." I'm like, "Yeah, okay,
let's
go." Like, why do I not already have it on? That's the question. Oh yeah, I'm sumo suit all the way, man.
Dude, we could make it so like we like just randomly show up in the same place at the same time with our sumo suits.
We need to get some of those inflatable sumo suits. Like,
oh yeah.
Well, not the inflatable, but the ones that they actually like. You do the sumo wrestling kind of stuff. Can you imagine like just go to the mall?
Get kicked out of there
just waddling down the go to Annie Ann's,
running down the hall. Just
can I get a dozen pretzels, please?
Stop looking at me, Swan.
There's like a spot where you can like stuff things into that.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Like into the little belt thing.
Line it with pretzels.
Let me get my wallet.
Yeah.
I can't reach my arm won't bend now.
Arms won't touch.
I got a big head and little arms.
You do the whole Iron Man thing. I don't like to be handed things. If you could just give it to my assistant. Brooke's there like with us with a book bag on.
Oh,
That'd
she
be
hates
hilarious.
us.
Yeah. You guys suck so bad. That's funny though. No, I would definitely pick the sumo suit. I could get down with that all day.
Yeah.
I've always like, I don't know. I have this weird thing where I kind of wish that to a degree, which nowadays it kind of is, I guess, like socially acceptable just to wear rando stuff like that out in public. Like, people don't bat an eye anymore. Like, we've full blown gone into like idiocracy, but I've always thought about like there's just some funny things like that. Like I've said in the past, you might have heard me talk about this, but I've said that I kind of wish that the mask thing from the pandemic would roll back around, just because I have my Mandalorian helmet downstairs and I want to rock it in public again.
Just do it anyway.
Well, yeah, but it's like the reasoning behind it is kind of funny though. Is like they're gonna make us wear masks, and so I just put on, it's more like the defiance against the government kind of thing in that sense that makes it funny, but. That's very funny. A good old sumo suit. Yes, sir. That'd be great.
I don't know if you want to talk about this, but so by the time this episode comes out, this will be the end of July? Are we sure?
This should be the last one in July.
So
or close to it. I don't know.
People have had a chance to see the movie, right? By this time, we're not going to spoil anything.
Oh my gosh! If you're talking about the one that I think you're talking about,
so we went to the movies as of the recording. 3 days ago?
Yeah, just a few days ago.
We went and saw the new Jurassic Park movie. I was so pumped because we
all were, because
it seemed like it was a fresh
franchise.
It seemed like it was going to be like a fresh reboot, like a whole new chapter in this series. Which
you got ScarJo, you got the guy that plays the dad in that movie. I watch Lincoln Lawyer, which he stars in, and stuff, and so
wasn't he the Soup Nazi too?
No, that's.
Are you sure? They could have been brothers.
Soup Nazi would be like 70 years old now.
That dude was kind of old in that movie.
No, he wasn't. I'm taking this personally because he's not much older than I am. that guy, like IRL, is like late 40s, early 50s. So
really?
Yeah, he's. I don't think that's. Yeah, Soup Nazi guy is like, because he was in his like 40s or 50s during the filming of Seinfeld.
No.
Come on, man.
No. Anyway, so we go and like we're all jacked to see this movie. It looked like a great movie. So we get there. Movie starts off kind of strong. Okay, yeah, you're right. He looks completely different in that movie.
I was about to say the Soup Nazi guy was born in 1956. So he's like almost 80.
But in that movie, he looked a lot older in that movie.
He looked older, but he didn't look that old.
Anyways, so it starts off, and within the first 5 minutes of the movie, I'm like, oh no, this is gonna be terrible.
Yeah.
So it all starts.
I'm gonna say this right now. We're going to give away some spoilers.
So skip 10
ahead,
minutes.
a bit in the episode if you don't want to hear these things, because I'm going to go ahead and throw the first. It's not really a spoiler, I don't think, because it's like the opening scene,
right?
But the stinking candy bar wrapper.
Like, how do you Okay, if that's all it takes to shut down your entire system.
Yeah.
Did you learn nothing from Dennis Nedry?
Did you learn nothing from just life?
Basically, a candy bar gets sucked into a vent system.
It's a candy bar wrapper. It's just like somebody.
It's like a Snickers bar.
Drops it, or it was a scientist.
The guy was like stuffing his face, eating before he was doing a transition of like a guard change, essentially, or a research change.
And they're going to go into an airlock situation that's between the main entryway into like this scientific area.
And homeboy just like has it hanging, the Snickers bar hanging out of his mouth with the wrapper still on it, and like he finishes it and the wrapper flies off of his face onto the ground, and then it gets magically sucked into an environment.
It does the feather thing from
Forrest Gump,
and you hear the music in the background, and it floats over.
To be fair, in that environment, there should be no moving air anyway, because of dust contaminants, things like that. Like there should be no circulating air with that much force in that area to begin with.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, well, at least and that dude gets trapped in with Derposaurus Rex and
if you haven't seen it yet, man, like they literally create a dinosaur that they call D-Rex, and we said that the D stands for Derposaurus because he is the dumbest looking dinosaur
and
ever.
I think the best comparison I can think of to another movie creature is think of the alien queen from Aliens as a dinosaur, like the head structure and everything. Like that's immediately what I pictured. But it was, I think more movies should take the Jaws approach, and I think that's what made Jurassic Park so intense and scary.
Yeah,
is because you never saw the quote unquote villain dinosaurs. You just saw the effects of them.
Right,
so
for like the longest part of the movie. Yeah,
and until it got all of its stuff going. you never saw. You just saw the claw going across.
There's the person by themselves and they disappear. And
Right.
There's like
Even like I think one of the most intense scenes in all of the Jurassic Park franchise, for me at least, is in Jurassic Park 2 in the field.
Yeah.
When they're all walking and the raptors just start, you just see the lines coming in.
And the tail every once in a while.
Yeah, like that is,
whips up.
like, it is intense. And you lose all, as soon as you show your monsters or thing, you lose my attention.
Yeah.
I'm not startled anymore.
This movie, for everybody out there listening, they did none of that. They showed every card as soon as they could show it in every single scene of the movie and stuff like that. So predictable. It was lame in a lot of parts. I mean, it was just, and I had high hopes because of the actors that were in it and stuff. And I feel like the actors in that movie got dealt a really bad hand. Just like poor writing, poor director, like everything was just not great about it. And so we came out of it feeling very disappointed because I was excited about it. I'm not as big of a Jurassic Park fan as you and Brooke.
Right.
But Brooke is a massive fan of the Jurassic Park movies. She loves them. And I know that you listened to the books and you watch the movies and everything too. And I've enjoyed the movies. I love them. But going into that,
it was just
yeah,
very, very disappointing.
Even Sky was like, who's she's young for the movie world and stuff like that, and she's like, yeah, that was pretty rough.
It was there were not few movies that I would put lower on my movies that I don't like or would probably never watch again, and that's way down there on my list.
Pretty much that one, and then the only one that really trumps it right now in my mind is Driver. If you ever saw that, oh boy, that movie was terrible. It was what's his face that played Ken in the Barbie movie,
Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, he starred in it. It's hands down the worst movie I've ever seen.
That wasn't okay. This is a full me not realizing if it was or if it is. That's not like a video game based movie, is it? Okay, like because I know that there was the Driver series of video games.
Right. Yeah. No, it wasn't based on that.
Okay. I never would have put two and two together, but that just popped into my head. I was like, wait, did I miss that?
Strictly based on a really poorly written script. I'll stop going off on the movie thing, but
yeah. So yeah, I just wanted to get that out in the ether of how bad.
Yeah, it's
was.
it's like usually I'm the type of person that I try to only talk about the things that I enjoy in life because I want people to enjoy those things as well, right? But every once in a while you come across something that's so bad that it needs to be dealt with.
Yes.
And so we're still processing that right now. Still trying to it's group trauma.
Yeah, exactly.
We're trying to overcome our group trauma. So as we get a little deeper into this episode, I told you last week, I told you the story of Michael Rockefeller. Mm-hmm. And I told you that I've kind of been on this kick of morbid stories. So I have another one that's about a death that
go on.
It was actually really, really close to home. And so I don't know if you know this story or not. But do you know the story of Victoria Shafer and her death?
Victoria Shafer.
It happened in 2020 of all the years.
Why? What happened that year?
Yeah. So this actually took place in Hocking Hills. That's the reason why I say it's really close to home. So if you're listening out there and you're not from the Northeast Ohio area, Hocking Hills is not very far away from us. It's like up towards Akron and stuff. And so, but Hocking Hills is a very it's famous for its hiking. It's got some waterfalls and some places like caves and stuff that you can go visit and hike through. And so people up here, everybody knows about it. So this one came about because of my algorithm of looking at police videos online. Right?
Okay.
Because I enjoy watching in particular, I like the ones where someone has been busted for a major crime and they're questioning them, and you get to see the footage of them inside the interrogation room and stuff. I like watching those, and so this one came from that because of, well, you'll hear about it in a minute. So Victoria Shafer, let's give a little backstory for her. She is, not to say typical by any means, but she is the typical American woman in a sense. She was 44 years old. She was married, had 4 kids with her husband. Good marriage, life is good. There's nothing big in Victoria's life that we could look at and go anything was off and stuff like that, right? everything was kind of the picture of what I think she would want her life to look like at that point in time. She was a photographer by trade. So on September the 2nd, 2020, Victoria took a group of teenagers that were graduating from high school to Hocking Hills State Park to go take their senior portraits.
Oh, okay.
So this is kind of like let's get out in nature. Let's go, have some fun, take these senior portraits, all that good stuff. And so she's taking them out there. She's going to do individual shots and then group shots because they're a big group of friends together that have kind of hired her on to do this stuff. They go down to a place it's Old Man's Cave is the name of the spot. And it has stairs that take you down into this cave that's kind of got like an overhang and an overlook up above it, right?
Okay.
So you can see down into it. But she takes them down, and they're at the bottom of the steps, and she begins kind of like organizing. Like, all right, I need so-and-so over here, you standing here, this kind of
stuff. Like a normal photographer
She's doing photography things. So as they're getting set up and stuff like that, the kids are all, talking amongst themselves. Some of them are on their cell phones, all that kind of stuff. And so they're just chilling.
As teenagers do.
When all of a sudden, Victoria is collapsed under a log that fell from above.
Okay.
This was a 75-pound log that came off of the cliff over top of them. And when it landed on Victoria, it killed her instantly.
Right, because of, gravity, momentum, things like that. That makes...
few stories worth of falling space and 75 pounds.
Right.
Yep, you do all the math and stuff like that. And it collapsed her and killed her right there on the spot. So there's 911 call audio that you can listen to of the girls, like one of the girls in particular called 911, and she said, she's just laying it out for them, like, hey, this lady's our photographer. She was here. All of a sudden, this log fell, and she's dead. Like it killed her and stuff. And so they send out emergency responders, and they said they got there extremely quickly. Like it didn't take long at all, considering where it's at and stuff. And so they get there lickety split, but they said
there's nothing they could do.
They're the guys that were investigating it. They said like the moment that this log hit her, that was it. It was done.
Yeah, she was just basically DOA.
So it's a blessing in that sense that she didn't suffer or anything like that.
Right, because a 75-pound log falling down, it would paralyze you at the very minimum, depending on where it hit you.
Yeah. And so, as they're kind of like assessing the situation, because obviously if somebody dies, you got to kind of look at every angle of all the things that are going on there. As they're assessing the situation, one of the officers that has arrived begins to remark on the fact that the log didn't seem like a log that should have been there. And what he meant by that is the ends of this log were perfectly cut. They weren't like broken off. It wasn't like
it wasn't like it snapped or...
It wasn't like when a tree falls, right? Because you see like the kind of busted ends of it, splintering, all that stuff, dirt in it, those kinds of things. This was like a freshly like cut log and was very clean on the ends and stuff like that. So there was no indication that this was a natural... At least the log itself was not natural, right?
Okay, like it was cut down at some point, or like now when you say like cut, like freshly cut,
we'll kind of get into that. Yeah.
Okay.
So the fact that it was cut and that things were like looked the way they looked made this officer at least very suspicious.
Okay.
About was this just a freak thing where like a tree fell, part of it broke off, and then it rolled off the edge and hit her. Or, something gave way and it finally fell or whatever, stuff like that. Or was there something more nefarious behind this? They begin to kind of do some research and some thinking and asking around and stuff. Well, it doesn't really turn up much. Like, for the longest time, they're kind of questioning people that they find in the parking lot, questioning people they see around and stuff, and they're not really getting many answers. And then, all of a sudden, a girl comes forward and says that she received a disturbing text message from a boy that was 17 years old. So what ended up happening with this was that like some days after Victoria had been killed and all this stuff has gone on, this girl gets a text message from this boy and he's basically saying like I did something terrible, but he's not giving her any details. She doesn't know like what's going on and stuff, and so she reports it to the authorities, which good job.
I mean, if
you're out there and somebody sends you something disturbing like that, you need to go report it. She reports it, they kind of trace things back, and they begin to bring this kid and a friend of his in for some questioning. So Jordan Buckley and Jaden Churchhouse were both brought in. These are 17-year-old boys, and what they find out is that these two boys were at the park that day. They had gone out there to go hiking, and this is where like they kind of picked up in the story for me, because I was watching the interview of Jordan and Jaden, like going back and forth talking about this stuff. And basically what happened is like this was a tree that was cut down, and these logs, there were several logs that were laying like kind of end to end where it had been cut and stuff. And I'm assuming somebody was like a park ranger or somebody like that was coming back to get it or whatever.
Right.
But it had been cut down and left there. And as they're standing up at the edge of this cliff looking at these logs, one of the boys, I think it was Jaden if I remember correctly, decides to kick it off the edge.
I mean, okay, like,
Sure. Like, and so we all kind of go, all right, when I was a teenager, maybe, probably.
you're letting the intrusive thoughts win at that point. Like,
I'd like to think that I would have been smart enough to at least look over the edge or like call out something. But the one boy was telling him, like, don't do it. And he kicked it off anyways. And they said that when they heard the screams from down below,
they booked it.
And other people actually saw them leaving and corroborated everything and said, like, yeah, they were definitely there and they were doing these things and stuff, like, or they were definitely coming out at the same time
from
this
that
was happening.
area, like,
yeah. And so they left just in time to where the responders didn't see them and stuff when they came in. But yeah, so a judge recommended that both of the teens would serve a minimum of 3 years in juvenile detention for their sentencing for this, because again, like, it wasn't an intentional thing, right? Like, it's not premeditated murder or anything along those lines, because they didn't know she was down there.
Right.
He just kicked it off. But the part of the thing that they like were kind of saying maybe these guys deserve more from it in a sense was because they didn't report it right away. They knew something had happened because they heard the screams, and they didn't go turn themselves in or say anything about it and stuff. And so,
right, yeah, and it's one of those things where it's that fine line of, I didn't mean to do this, but something bad happened, but I don't want to face the consequences of it.
Right.
And
so,
that sucks so bad.
Yeah, that does. And that's like, I feel for the boys in that sense, because it's like, they definitely weren't trying to kill anybody in that respect and stuff.
Right.
But it's just kind of a maybe for everybody out there listening, that's just an interesting life lesson to learn, is that actions have consequences, and you might not always be able to predict what those consequences are going to be.
Right.
So just kind of being careful on how you interact with things, especially if you're out in a state park where you don't know where everybody's at and what they're doing and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we always joke about, like, oh, don't let the intrusive thoughts win. And people take that as like, oh my gosh, I colored my hair, like, but no, these are the kind of intrusive thoughts that we talk about. Is one of those things where it's, hey, I want to do this really bad because it's sitting right in front of me and I want to do it. And so, it's one of those things where people don't have that impulse control. Like, I know I can sometimes struggle with it. I know one of my boys struggles with it. Like, you get something in your head and you can't get it out of your head until you do it. And I mean, I'm sure that that's, a similar situation where, like, I want to kick this. Like, I mean, how many times have you been walking, like, along a bridge or something and you see water down below and you want to, take a rock and just...
I was about to say, I'm a giant kid when it comes to, like, the rocks and water thing, because, like, we went to Western North Carolina back a little while ago to help out with the relief stuff, and my wife and Tori and Lynette, all three were down in the stream, the property that we were at, building a little... dam with the rocks across the stream to make a waterfall. And so as they're out there doing it, I was kind enough to wait till Lynette got out of the way because I respect her. But I started grabbing like giant rocks and throwing them into the now created pond behind the dam that they had created. to splash like massive amounts of water up onto my wife and Tori while they were working on the wall. So, you know, I'm totally in that ball game of like my intrusive thoughts occasionally do win, but I try to manage them the best I can, especially trying to think through, like, you know, you can't just let your intrusive thoughts win when it comes to the idea that there's somebody else's livelihood and safety is in jeopardy by your actions. So
that kind of got me thinking on this, you know, we're going to go down this morbid rabbit hole. So,
okay.
So have you ever heard of the Appel du Vide? It's French, or the Call of the Void. Have you ever heard of this phenomenon?
I don't think so.
And this was just a quick AI generated thing about it, because I was like, it's this thing called the Call of the Void. It is a fascinating and common psychological experience. It refers to the sudden, fleeting, and often unsettling urge to do something dangerous, even though you have no intention of actually doing it. So it's like, the inclination of like an intrusive thought. So it is a type of intrusive thought. You know, unwanted thoughts, images, or impulses that pop into your mind, often without warning, and can be disturbing, depressing, and feel out of character with your, you know, values and your personality. Right. It's most famously associated with high places. Like, have you ever like stood at some high place and you're like, give you that like urge to jump? Oh yeah, like off a cliff, tall building. It can also manifest in risky situations, like swerving into oncoming traffic. Whole thing. An urge to jump into deep water off of a boat. Absolutely terrifying. Thinking about dropping your phone or other valuable items. Impulse to do other things like that, but never act on it. A lot of people associate this with self-harm ideas, things like that. But studies are actually showing that it's not a sign of like self-harm, things like that. In fact, it suggests
just a sign of being human.
It's a paradoxical affirmation for the urge to live. It's like, oh, I could do these things, but I'm not going to, type of thing. So yeah, I was just like, I know that there's something, and I forget what it's called, but yeah, it's
like the opposite of like self-harm stuff. It's almost like
just
checking to make sure I want to still be here.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we laugh about it, but I mean, I think this. Yeah. This falls directly into that. It's like you let that intrusive thought win. Like you know, unfortunately, this person kicked that log, and you know, it's one of those things where it's like, so you know,
which is so tough. So like, you know, if you have any kind of connection, or if anybody knows the family of Victoria Shafer, our hearts and prayers go out to them. That's tough, especially for her kids, right? To lose their mom and stuff like that.
Especially
we
in that
definitely
way.
feel for her.
It's just
especially in such a terrible way, and I feel for the boys too. I know it probably wasn't their intention to try to hurt somebody with kicking that off and stuff, and so, but that is the type of thing that will impact their lives probably forever. So yeah, so we think about them and stuff. Anyways, to transition to a little bit lighter of a topic, we want to finish up today's episode by going through our comments that we got from you guys over the past several weeks, and so I've compiled a list and sent it over to Josh as well. Going back to Man Alive, it's so funny how far back we have to go on comments every once in a while. Like when we get to
which is really funny, because we've been doing these a lot better. I mean, it's literally almost been exactly a month since we recorded our last.
Yeah. I think that's the thing, is like having 4 episodes in between the times we do comments and stuff like that. Just it compiles them a little bit, but we are a little light on comments today. But at the same time, we have a comment from AJ in particular who gave us some things to talk about. So we'll dive into those when we get to it. But we'll kick it off with a comment from Lynette. If you guys recall the episode where we talked about the Great Emu War, Lynette commented on there and said, "Emus are the funniest creatures when they run. I love watching them. Their heads look like they're trying to catch up to their bodies." Which is totally
that's
true.
right, because they they're like
their neck kind of like cranes back a little bit, and so their heads kind of like, you know, it looks like their legs are just going way faster than the rest of them can keep up with.
Kind of how my brain and my mouth work. It's like my mouth,
exactly right.
My mouth is my brain is trying to catch my mouth back up.
Yep.
And then Kevin said this was to our wedding dress or swimsuit or bikini, I guess, is
Wedding dress
more.
or bikini? Which one do you want to wear full time?
So wedding dress. If people see this in a bikini, I can't imagine all the catcalling.
Kevin's kind of a
great.
burly guy like us and
Yeah.
stuff, and so it's very funny for him to be talking about getting catcalled in a bikini.
Yeah, and then we had somebody with our pretentious animals episode.
Yeah. We asked the question of what do you think is the most pretentious animal? Because I said giraffes.
Yeah, because they were
not
always
just
looking down on
Well,
us.
I made the joke of them looking down their nose at us and stuff like that, but I really think that they giraffes to me just look pretentious. They look like
Yeah.
and Joffrey from Toys R Us aside, I just
Oh, yeah.
I feel like every time I see a giraffe, he should be wearing a top hat and a monocle. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But where would they wear their tie? Would it be up like closer to their underneath their chin, or would it be down like by their their legs?
I'm going midway between.
Midway between.
I want it halfway up the neck. Yeah.
Like those are the one.
I mean, if you
that
think
drive
about
me
it,
crazy.
we as human beings wear ours at the bottom of our neck.
Right, but where's
So-
the base of the giraffe's neck? Is it like right
The
above
base
the
of its
shoulders?
neck would have to be like right above his shoulders.
So then why would he wear half up? So then you have like half a neck. Would you like wear yours like in between your chin and your shoulder? Like, because we wear ours at the base of the neck. So then by
Our neckties?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But you said
Like,
it would be halfway up.
well, that's what I was. I jokingly want to see him wear it halfway up because I just feel like it would look so out of place. It'd be
Right, yeah.
hilarious.
So it's
That would bring them down in their pretentious attitude a little bit and make them level with the rest of us.
But again, to my point, like, what is more believable? A creature that walks on four legs that has an 8-foot neck, or a horse that has a horn out of the middle of its head?
Oh yeah, the unicorn.
Yeah, I mean, that is
Wholeheartedly.
100% more plausible than a giant neck on the thing. But anyway, back to the comment.
So we had some person.
It says, why in the world wouldn't you put a gorilla or monkey as the most pretentious animal in the world? Which, I don't understand where that
I'm not
would come
sure
from.
where that comes from either. Like, because I don't know.
I
Like,
get-
maybe if you get like the capuchin monkey from Night at the Museum. You remember that guy? Like, he was pretty pretentious.
Yeah.
But overall, like, I just don't feel like
Because-
members of the ape and like the monkeys and stuff.
Because,
like that,
I mean, while they are capable of processing thought and actions and things like that,
yeah,
none of which, like, even like in TV, movies, things like that, like, they're not pretentious. They just sow chaos. Like,
yeah.
and I don't take that as a pretentious.
Plus, they have kind eyes.
Right. Just like, it's like a puppy dog's eyes,
Yeah.
but like in a humanoid.
Didn't you ever watch Planet of the Apes?
That's a great example.
I mean, I'm just saying. Like,
Actually, I've never seen any of those movies.
Really.
Yeah.
Oh, you should watch
The
newer
boys
ones.
love them. Like all the reboots.
Because they're
and
actually
everything.
like the apes, like they're obviously like as they progress and stuff, and you get to the point where the apes are in control of the whole world and stuff. When you get to that point, there's obviously some pretentious apes because
Well,
they're
of
like
course.
people, like
Exactly.
they're developed like we do. But in the beginning and stuff like that, it wasn't like it wasn't pretentious, and it wasn't like a sense of entitlement or anything. It was just literally that they wanted to be free.
Right.
Like once they were sentient and could think for themselves, they just wanted to like live lives for themselves, and that's
right.
So.
And I mean, they essentially just became humans.
Yeah, they did.
For matter, I mean, and it shows the regression of humanity in that where we basically flip flop.
Yeah, we become the apes in a
Yeah.
sense. So you should watch those movies. They're really good. Like
Yeah.
the newer ones.
Welcome to Good Morning Josh movie talk.
Yeah, it's an entire episode about movies.
Yeah.
Then AJ, he said for the bikini versus dress thing, he said definitely bikini over dress.
Right.
Which I threw up in my mouth. Thanks, AJ. But yeah, but no, I think we agreed on that one, right? Because
Yeah.
we were all talking about like I just can't imagine having to go to the bathroom in a wedding dress all the time.
exactly.
That would be such a pain in the butt. But
Well, because I have that romper that I had, that 4th of July romper that I had, and it'd go into the bathroom, and that was a pain.
yeah, I
could not imagine a dress.
Rompers are the worst, man, because
Right.
you're like full bore naked just to go to the
Yeah,
bathroom. Like
yeah.
nobody wants that in their life.
Right.
So he asked some questions though. He said he has it. Well, would you rather have unlimited strength or unlimited endurance?
See, and then he put, the example he put with so unlimited strength would come with below average endurance. So like Hulk strength, but tire easily, or unlimited endurance with below average strength. So like Forrest Gump or Shane Francis, which I thought that was pretty funny.
That is funny. So our friend Shane has been running more and more and more and more. And he's to the point now where he's an animal. He runs like crazy.
See, I don't know. I mean, I like being strong, but
my thing on this one when I was thinking about it is strength sounds great, but I feel like there's way more applications for endurance.
Right. And
I feel like with unlimited endurance, I could probably build strength better.
Right.
And so obviously I wouldn't be not unlimited strength, but I could get stronger because of my endurance.
But it would say with below average strength.
Yeah, sure. To start off with, I guess. But even then, I think I would still even if I had to have below average strength all the time.
Right.
I think I would still take the endurance thing.
See, I'm thinking endurance too because it almost makes it seem like could lift, move, whatever, and then get winded going up steps.
Right.
So I would think I'm kind of in the endurance camp.
Yeah, and the strength thing is great, except for if you run out of the ability to continue to use that strength really fast. What good does it do you in that sense?
I can lift 1,000 pounds. Okay, once, but then you don't have the recovery. You don't have the endurance recovery.
It takes you 4 hours to get back to the point of doing it again in that sense. But yeah, plus endurance is, in my opinion, the way more difficult of the two to train.
Well, it's completely two different types of muscles.
Yeah,
I mean, because then you get into the fast twitch muscles with slow twitch muscles, and it's all in how you build. And my thing is with the unlimited strength, I don't necessarily think of it as just lifting strength, overall strength. And then overall endurance, your body's ability to recover from things.
Yeah.
And I think that's the big caveat from that. But
so, we're both going with endurance. Mm-hmm. AJ, there you have your answer.
That was a good one.
I can see AJ being on the side of strength. Mm-hmm. Just because of what he does for work and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, lifting granite countertops and stuff like that.
He picks up rocks all day.
He plays with rocks.
Well, those were all of the comments and stuff that we had. I will shout out real quick. Again, our friend Jordan, we put up a post of the picture that he sent over to us of the emu from the Emu War, which was really funny and stuff. And he said thanks for giving him a shout out and everything. So I thought that was a pretty good one. Josh is making a face at me now.
I just saw, if we have time, a really good would you rather question.
All right, let's go for it. Yeah, I think. Let me give me 1 second.
I was gonna say.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we got time.
Okay.
We're good.
All right. This is shout out to a specific person too. Would you rather debate flat Earth every morning before breakfast, or explain blockchain to your grandparents daily?
Oh jeez. I'm debating flat Earth every day
before breakfast.
Every day before breakfast, yeah. Easy.
Try to explain blockchain to your grandparents.
Gosh, I can't. Yeah.
I don't even think I fully understand blockchain anyway.
I know for a fact that I don't fully understand.
I know it has to do with something with crypto and that type of stuff, but good night. Because we always joke, could Josh consider it a soccer ball?
Yeah, right. Yeah. So for the listeners out there, that was, my wife absolutely hates the flat Earth theory, anything dealing with it and stuff. And so there was a point in time where a couple of the streamers that I used to watch, one of them was just poking the bear by making comments to the other streamer about flat Earth, because he doesn't actually believe in it, but he was presenting it as though he did. And so he's asking all these questions. He's like, "Hey Tim, imagine a soccer ball. If I pour water on top of the soccer ball, what happens?
It rolls.
It
right
runs off." He's like, "So explain the oceans to me, Tim." And he's screaming at him about it and stuff. And so I started using all those against my wife, and I'm like,
"Well, if we're spinning,
imagine a sphere and it's spinning really, really fast. And if I start a plant growing out of that sphere, what's going to happen to it?
It's going to grow to one side.
It's going to curve, right, because of the spin of the sphere and everything. So how do you explain that trees are straight?
Right.
It can only be a flat Earth."
And if you, but again, debating that over explaining blockchain to anybody who has no concept of it.
So here's AI's real quick definition. Blockchain is a type of digital database or ledger that records information in a secure, decentralized, and tamper-resistant way. It's the underlying technology behind cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, but it has many other uses as well. So that's the quick synopsis of it, but trying to explain it. Yeah, because the AI had to break it down into 4 different sections of stuff and then give an example of. The example that they give is, imagine a shared Google Doc that everyone can view and add to, but no one can erase or change previous entries to it.
Oh my.
That's kind of how blockchain works. It's a shared permanent record of everything that's ever happened on it. And then it asked me, would you like a visual explanation or a use case example, like Bitcoin or NFTs?
A visual. I mean, okay, so when I hear blockchain, I always think of NFTs. Because then it's your non-fungible tokens, things like that. It exists, and you don't own anything in an NFT. You own the rights to something.
That's all digital currency is. Technically there's no physical aspect to it that you own in that sense. It's just, but that's what the blockchain stuff is all about, is that there's a record kept of every bit of digital currency and stuff, and and no one can change that record, and that's how it's supposed to be, this ideal way of keeping track of all things digital in that respect. So
yeah,
I'm done trying to explain it, though. I'm not going to go any further than that. That's because, again, I would pick the flat Earth theory all day long.
So if you do believe in flat Earth theory, tell us why.
It says you have to debate the flat Earth theory, right?
Right. So
you could pick a side.
Yeah. So if you believe in flat Earth, tell us why. I genuinely want to know.
Oh, you're asking our listeners.
Yeah,
Yeah. If you're out there and you genuinely believe in flat Earth, please. We beg you.
And this isn't we want to debate it or anything. I genuinely
want to know all the details of what you think that the flat Earth, how does everything work? What does it look like? I want all of it.
I'm looking up it again.
In particular, if you can give me things that I can use against my wife to make her mad, that'd be great too.
Did you hear of the guy who found a hard drive that had Bitcoin on it? And he couldn't remember the password.
Yeah, I've heard that story before of the guy. That is difficult to swallow, because he had enough that was it was multi-millions.
I don't know if this is a specific one. So it says, as of now, July 2025, the man who claims to accidentally have thrown away a hard drive containing Bitcoin has not recovered it. I think this is a different one. But in 2013, he mistakenly discarded a hard drive that he claims held 7,500 Bitcoins, which is
7,500 Bitcoins.
Just the Bitcoins, which would be worth hundreds of millions of dollars at this point. Yeah. So it's one of those things where it hasn't been covered, but I know there's a story where a guy on a computer was mining Bitcoin and then he forgot about it, and then he rediscovered it, and he had it set up to where you could only have 10 attempts to unlock the computer.
Yeah.
And after the 10th attempt, it wiped the hard drive. As of this point, and I don't know if he has unlocked it or not, but he was at attempt number 10.
Oh, geez.
And it's another one that has hundreds of millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin.
I was going to say, you said that one guy had 7,500 Bitcoin, right?
Yeah.
And that would be worth $810 million right now.
And say what you want about Bitcoin, I'm just going to say this. It has as much value as the American dollar, because it is valued at what we think it, or what we claim it's valued as. Because there's no more gold standard. There's nothing to back currency.
Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, there's no reason to...
So it's don't get me started on this. It doesn't exist, blah, blah, blah. Well, money doesn't exist.
Yeah, the stock market is saying right now the live price for a single Bitcoin is $108,000.
That's insane.
That's crazy.
And I know different things you can buy portions of Bitcoin, which I don't understand that. Ethereum is at $2,500 for a single Ethereum. Chainlink is the cheapest. Oh no, yeah, Chainlink is the cheapest Bitcoin right now at $13.11.
Jeez. So I told you $108,000 is the going price for a single Bitcoin, right?
Uh-huh. Oh, it went up to $13.12.
You want to guess over the last year what the lowest cost for a single Bitcoin was? It was on April the 8th, 2025.
98,000.
$76,000.
Jeez. Honestly, on Venmo, you can buy cryptocurrency. And like I'm looking at it, and like it is a live price right now. It's up
So when it comes to
0.19%.
When it comes to buying Bitcoin, right? Mm-hmm. Because I was thinking like, okay, so where should you have gotten into it at, in a sense? The answer, the first jump that happened for Bitcoin started in 2013.
Okay.
In April 2013, a single Bitcoin was worth $114.
Jeez.
It takes a spike in like November 2013. It gets almost to $1,000 per coin. Then it tanks back down to like 300 some change dollars for a long period of time. Finally hits $1,000, a little over $1,000 in January of 2017.
So 4 years later.
In November of 2017, it goes up to $17,000. A very short amount of time.
Right.
It then plummets a little bit. The lowest it got was $3,000 and some change dollars. And it kind of goes like a little bit of a roller coaster. And then when we get to March 4th, 2021, it skyrockets. $59,000.
So you said 17 was the highest before that.
The highest that we would had, $17,000 on November 20th, 2017.
And then 2021.
And then in 2021, it goes $59,000. Does a little bit of roller coastering here and there. Hits a low point in 2022, November 2022, of $16,800.
So it tanked.
So
relatively.
Tanked relatively hard there. And then it goes on a steady climb. And in May of this year, May 12th, 2025, it was worth $110,000
for one single
one Bitcoin.
So we need to go back to 2012.
So we just need to get a time machine, and we need to go back to April 15th, 2013.
No, we need to get in, like, is that when it started being traded? Like, we need to get
that's
in on the ground
So that's when it started
floor.
being traded, but that's, in my opinion, that would still be the time to, like, go back and, if we could...
Be crypto bros?
Well, I don't want to mine crypto, but it's
just invest in
knowing
it?
what we know now, getting a hard drive, buying, like, using every bit of money that we could scrape up at that point in time, because we've been living up here for a year, so you and I had just met.
Right.
If we could go back and tell ourselves at that point in time, okay.
I know this sounds crazy.
Yeah. Sell everything you own. Take all of the money that you can scrounge together and buy Bitcoins. And put it all on a hard drive. Make sure that you both know the password.
You know what's really...
And set this aside somewhere in a safe box where it's not going to be tampered with or lost or anything. And then in the year 2025, so 12 years later, I want you to come back. Take that thing out.
You know the craziest part about this story? We would believe ourselves.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Like,
if my future self comes back and tells me to do anything, I'm just like, all right, bro.
That's
if you guys figured out time travel.
Yeah. We good.
Supposedly you can't time travel backwards, you know that?
Yes, I have heard that you can only go forward. Yeah. And it makes sense, and that's what, due to Einstein's theory of relativity or something?
Einstein's theory of relativity, but it's supposedly based on the way that light and space move, that you would never be able to go backwards in it, but you can go forwards. It's like essentially you're just speeding up the processes of light and space movement in order to go forwards in time.
But you can't slow it down to go backwards.
Cannot slow down and go backwards. Yep. Can't stop time.
Yeah.
Just keeps on rolling no matter what.
Yep.
So, anyways, lots of science lessons for everybody out there today.
Yep.
So
lots of movie reviews. So
now you at least know a little bit about blockchain.
Right.
So if you're cursed to have to explain that to your grandparents every day, good luck.
And
I'll be arguing about flat Earth.
Yep. Soccer ball.
Yeah, imagine a soccer ball. And time travel. So if you figure out time travel, especially if you by some miracle could figure out how to go backwards,
right?
Please let us know.
Yes.
All we want to do is just send a video recording of ourselves back to our old selves in 2013.
Right. If we could just turn back time.
If you get that. If I could turn back time. If I could find a way.
Cher?
Yeah, it's me. I've been Cher the whole time.
What?
Yeah. Do you believe love after love? I was watching. No, we're gonna go on a tangent. We don't need to do this now. Anyways, hey everybody, what we want you to do is take an opportunity right now to go to our social media pages. Make sure you like and follow all those good things and stuff. If you've got some time right now on your hands, go over to YouTube and subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's Good Morning Josh podcast on there. We actually have a few people that listen on a regular basis on YouTube because they don't do any of the other podcast
other social medias and things like that. Yeah.
But go follow us on all those things. Go like us. Go leave us a review. We would love a 5-star review. Not because we're conceited and think that we deserve 5 stars, but because it helps us in the algorithms.
Right.
If you want to leave a negative review with a 5-star review, feel free.
Yeah, exactly.
Tell us what we do wrong.
Maybe one of these, if we don't get a ton of comments, again, we will go through our reviews and just read our reviews. So if you want your review of our show read, also leave a review on our thing, and we will shout you out and go through and read those.
That's right. But otherwise,
check out our link tree. It'll be in the show notes and things like that.
That's right.
It'll take you to all the places.
Tree, thanks to Josh's hard work. We appreciate that.
Now, if we could just figure out a QR code.
We're getting there, man. I got it. I know how to do
Baby
that.
steps.
So, yeah. Otherwise, we hope that you guys have a great week this week. We hope that you enjoyed today's episode and that you will join us back when we see you in next week's episode. Love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Mom gave us a review.
Yes.
Excellent. Totally awesome. Good, clean fun. And you can learn fun facts. No, that's true.
Well, I guess she did say fun, not useful. Doctor.
Doctor.